Okay, guys. So go ahead and start. Just maybe however you'd like. If you want to start in your rock pose, your hero pose, sitting on your heels, you can. If you want to start maybe in an easy pose, just like this, you can. We are going to kind of start here together after we find our breath. So if you wanted to start there, you're welcome to. Or as always, you can start on the back. Sometimes that feels really nice to connect. So just kind of whatever you're feeling this morning. Breathing in and out. Allowing for space to feel your body here today. This Tuesday morning together. Letting out for a sigh. Now perhaps bringing your awareness to the breath, following it in the nostrils or the mouth, down the throat to the chest and the belly. And following the breath out the body, noticing the exhale. And in. And out. We have our chair pose today. And we'll allow this shape, this posture, to be an invitation to celebrate what we're able to do with our physical body. Beginning with a celebration of the ability to breathe. Here, there's no machine for us right now that we're attached to. We can breathe without any support right now. And then scanning the body from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head, just noticing the joints, the muscles. And then perhaps noticing the color that you see behind the eyelids if your eyes are closed. Perhaps noticing the sound that you hear with your ears. Maybe next a scent. Noticing the sensation of your skin. Maybe it's your hands on your lap, your back on the floor, maybe the tongue on the roof of your mouth or behind your teeth. And perhaps noticing a taste in the mouth. Bring your awareness to the base of the spine. Trace the breath up the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale, let it go. Perhaps celebrate that you can process all of those senses. Celebrating our ability to think as cognitive beings. We can begin by bringing our hands in front of our heart in prayer. And our affirmation that goes alongside our chair pose goes something like this. My body is no burden. It is light as air. My body is no burden. It is light as air. Allow this practice to be a celebration of our physical capacity today, focusing on what we're able to do. Let's let a breath together, sighing. And now maybe gently open those eyes, bringing in this sense of sight. If you're not seated already, bring yourself to a seated position and adjust those sits bones on the floor. We'll bring those arms out to the side and just tap those fingers on the ground. As if you had a softball or a grapefruit under those fingers. Then we'll slowly inhale and lift those fingers off the ground, bringing the hands overhead and the palms to meet, so the thumbs kind of point to the back behind you. And then exhale, maybe sighs. If you're moving through water aerobics, bring those fingertips to the ground. And then inhales of moving through water, a little bit of resistance up overhead. Let's exhale to bring both hands down to the earth again. Let's plant the right hand and bring the left arm up overhead, and maybe a gentle side twist towards the right. The arms, that left hand coming over towards the right. And let's exhale to close the chest towards that right thigh. Bring the hand towards the left knee. Press the right hand maybe behind you more. Press the left hand into that knee, and maybe a gentle twist towards the right arm, kind of off the mat, maybe or behind you. And then inhale to bring that left arm up overhead again. The right hand plants. And then we'll exhale to bring the left hand over to the left. Bring the right arm overhead. And we'll pause, breathing in. And then exhale to bring that right hand towards that left knee. You can bring that left hand more towards behind you, kind of twisting, press the right hand into the knee. Then inhale, bring that right arm up overhead. Bring the left arm up to meet it, both arms overhead. Exhale, bring those hands down to the earth. Yeah, and we'll bring up overhead once more. Exhale, bring the hands to the knees, and we'll do our seated cat-cow with both hands on the knees, tucking the chin, rounding the spine. And then we'll inhale to tuck the pelvis forward, bring the chest up, head back, and then round the spine. Hunching kind of the shoulders forward. Good. Bring the chest up, sits bones go back. Last time, chin to chest, rounding forward. Inhale, bring the chest up, the head drops back. And then exhale, bring shoulders over the hips. Maybe shimmy those sits bones into the earth. Bring arms overhead. Now let's exhale with those arms overhead, extend those legs nice and long. And then bring those hands to the side again, as if you had grapefruits underneath the palms. And now let's find that strap. Loop that strap around the balls of the feet. And then just sit nice and tall with hands on either side of that strap. Shoulders up, back and down. And maybe you just pull on that strap and the heels lift a little bit. Nice strong back. Those elbows can be as close to the side body as you want, or they can be more towards over the thighs. Arms can be bent or straight. And now let's lower down the heels if they're lifted. And then just slowly hinge at the waist, bringing that chest towards the knees. Maybe walking the hands down that strap, coming into posture, Utktasana, bending the knees as much as you want. A forward fold, tucking the chin to the chest. Exhale. And inhale to slowly bring the chest up, bringing those hands back towards the hips a little bit. Let's release that strap, bring hands behind the hips. If you want, point the toes. Stay here just with the hands on the floor, everything grounded, pointing the toes. If you want, you can lift up into a reverse plank, lifting the hips and the sits bones off the ground. Yeah, bring the ears so they're kind of over shoulders, because the cervical spine is an extension of your back. And then let's lower everything down. Bringing the shoulders over the hips. If you were in your reverse plank, bring arms overhead. Hinge with the waist, exhale, leading the chest towards the knees. Find that strap. And then pull on that strap against the feet, opening up the backs of the legs. You can bend the knees a lot or a little. Exhale. We'll inhale to bring the chest up, shoulders over the hips. Release that strap. An option to bring the hands beside the hips. Flex the feet and come into your Dandasana, flexing the feet towards the face. The hands can press towards the ground or into the ground. If you want, you can bring the hands back, a handprint or so, point the toes, come into reverse plank. So whether you're in your upward facing plank or whether you're in your Dandasana, maybe notice from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head, your physical body, finding gratitude for the ability to be here now. If you're in an upward facing plank, lower the sits bones. If you're in Dandasana, relax the heels down to the earth. Relaxing the back, we'll inhale to bring arms overhead. Hinging forward, exhale, folding over the thighs, bring the hands to the strap. If you want, maybe you find the feet. And we'll be here for a count of 5. Resting in the fact that we have a beginning and an end. Just noticing our moments and our breaths here. And 2. Exhale, 1. Let's lift the chest and the heart. Bring that strap off of the feet. Bring the chest up, the shoulders over the hips. And now let's bring those feet apart from wide-legged seated position. And bring that left foot towards the right thigh. Let's inhale to bring arms up overhead. Keep that right foot flexed. Let's turn towards that bent leg, the right hand towards that left knee. The left hand comes behind us. Gentle little twist here. You can press that right hand into that left thigh. Let's gently twist here. We're not torquing anything. We're just opening up towards the left. And now inhale to bring arms kind of towards the sky, the chest forward. And now adjust those sits bones as we exhale, bring the chest towards that straight leg. And then as you're ready, hinge at that waist, folding over one leg now. Janu Shavasana, you can bring hands to the shin or the thighs, letting that chin come to the chest as we fold over that long leg on the right side. Exhale and inhale here. So inhale to lift the chest, bringing shoulders back up. Bring the shoulders over the hips. Send that left leg nice and long towards the left side of the mat. Bring that right foot in towards the left thigh. Adjust those sits bones. Roll the shoulders back. And then as you're ready, bring the chest towards the right over that bent leg. The left hand can come to the knee, the right hand behind you. Gently bringing yourself into a little twist. As you're ready, exhale to release the hand from the knee, bringing the chest over the sits bones, and bring the arms up overhead. Turn that chest towards the left, that long leg. And let's hinge at the waist, folding over the left leg. Legs to the shin or to the thigh, behind the knee maybe. And exhale. Breathing in. One more exhale. Inhale to bring both arms up. Chest rising. Good, guys. Bring the chest forward. And now let's extend that right leg long. Both legs are long and out towards the side. And let's just roll forward, kind of hinging at the waist, bringing hands in front of the body, between the feet. Yep. You can bring forearms down. You can bring the hands towards the shins, but let that heart hover between the feet. And exhale. Two more breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, let the breath go, following the exhale out the body. And now bring hands to the middle if they're not there already, lifting the chest over the hips. Good, guys. Bring the feet back The middle is if they're in front of the body. Maybe you thunder glide out. You can kind of slap those backs of the legs on the ground, wiggling the knees, rolling the toes. We'll be pointing and flexing the feet from a seated position. And then let's come to table. Making your way onto the knees, the tops of the feet, and the palms on the earth. You can bring a blanket underneath the knees if you want a little more support. And now from here, let's come into our bird dog. So once you have your stability here, we'll inhale to bring that right leg back, maybe in line with the hip or lower, but not higher than the hip. Pause here. If you want, you can extend that left arm in front of the body, or you can keep that left hand down. So notice that right knee, the right thigh, the left arm extending. Maybe make a fist with that left hand. And then open that left hand. Make a fist with that left hand. Now open that left hand. Now point the right toes and then flex that right foot. And then open, pointing that toe, and then flex that foot. Now let's bring that left hand down. Bring the right foot down, send the right or the left foot back. And guys, come onto your forearms for a forearm plank. And pausing on the forearms. If you want, you can lower the knees down. If you want, you can lift the knees off the earth. We'll be here for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down. Bring the tops of the feet to the earth. Lower the thighs down. And let's just lift the heart for our Sphinx pose. Pause here. Maybe closing the eyes. And follow the breath in and follow the breath out. One more breath in. Now let's exhale to kind of lower the belly, lower the ribs, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's press it up to our table. Adjust those knees under the blanket if you've got it there. Inhale and exhale. We'll inhale to send the left leg long behind us. Again, not higher than the hip. It can be lower, but keep that foot not reaching to the sky. It's in line with the hip or down. And then when you have your balance, extend that right arm forward. Be here for a couple breaths. And now let's point the left toes and then flex the left foot. And then point. And now let's flex and pause. Now close that right hand, making a fist. And open that right hand. Close that right hand, making a fist. And now open that right hand. Exhale to bring that right hand to the floor. Let's inhale to step that left knee between the hands. Left foot between the hands, sorry guys. And then bring the right foot between the hands. Pause in your forward fold. Breathing in and out, noticing the breath. Celebrating your breath, celebrating your feet on the ground. And then as you're ready, let's rise up to standing mountain pose. Nice job, guys. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Then exhale, folding forward, Utktasana. Let's step both feet back to a plank pose, moving through a sun salutation to warm us up just a little bit. From this plank pose, let's lower down the knees, the tops of the feet, the chin, and the chest. And inhale up to a cobra pose, Shavasana. And then here, send the hips back, curl the toes under, find your downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come into cobra once more. Kind of shifting the shoulders forward over the wrists, lower down the knees, the tops of the feet, the chest and the chin, bending the elbows to lower the chest and the chin. Then inhale to lift the heart. The thighs ground, the hips ground. Bhujangasana. You can straighten the arms a little more, lifting the chest. And then exhale back, Utktasana. Breathing in and out. Guys, let's walk the hands towards the feet. Coming into our forward fold at the back of the mat. And then once you find that forward fold, bend the knees and we'll rise up to stand in the back of the mat. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale to sweep them up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, Utktasana. Now here, let's walk the hands forward. Coming into downward facing dog from our forward fold. Plant the hands, sits bones reach for the sky. Feet and hands ground. Breathing in and out. Let's inhale to our plank pose. When you get there, lower down the knees, the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulders down, lift the heart, and then lower down the chin and the chest to the floor for Bhujangasana. And then inhale to drop the thighs, lift the heart. And then exhale back to Utktasana. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look up at the hands at the front of the mat, and we'll step the right hand between, or the right feet between the hands. Now from here, you can either lower that knee, bring the top of the foot to the floor, bringing hands to the top of the thigh for a low lunge. If you want, guys, curl the toes under, you can lift that knee. Press through the heel for a high lunge. So whether it's a high lunge or a low lunge, let's pause here. And open up the arms like a T. And we'll pause for 5, 4, dropping into the hips. 3, 2, 1. Bring hands to the top of the thigh. If your knee is lower, curl the toes under. If you're already in your high lunge, pause. Now let's shift the weight to the front foot, the right foot, and then step the left foot forward. Feet meet, and let's drop the hips. Lengthen the spine as we come into our Utktasana. My body is no burden. I'm light as air. Celebrating our physical capacity. Pausing in our Utktasana. Uttakata means power. So there's a lot of empowerment in noticing our abilities. Let's inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, straightening through the legs. Come onto the balls of the feet, lifting the heels. Extending through the fingertips. Breathe in. And now either lower the heels or keep those heels lifted. Bend the knees, bring the hands in front of the heart. Come into chair pose. Heels can lift or they can lower. Utktasana. Breathe in and out. Option here, maybe sit down a little more, sending those knees forward. And offering a stretch to the hamstrings, knees almost coming to the floor, heels are lifted. Chest reaches back, 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 back with the back body. This is a tricky one. And then maybe back to stand. Rising the mountain pose. Heels lower. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, ground the left foot. Inhale to step the right foot back, coming into a high lunge, or lower that knee down, top of the foot to the floor for a low lunge. And we can exhale to ground the hands onto the thighs, where you bring your arms out like a T or overhead. So whether that knee is lifted or whether it's lowered, follow the breath in and out for 4 more counts. 3, 2, exhale for 1. Curl the toes under if you've got that knee down, and bring that knee off the ground. Now as we're ready, together, let's ground into that left foot. Step that right foot forward. Drop the sits bones for Utktasana. Breathe in. Maybe here you try that little balancing act by bringing the heels off the ground. Slowly kind of lower down as if you're coming into rock pose. The knees come forward, angle that back, back, back. And then we'll rise up to Utktasana, our mountain pose with heels lifted, or just rise up to stand, guys. Grounding onto the earth and pause. Inhale. Let's exhale to fold and flush it out. Inhale, let's step both feet back, coming into our plank pose. Breathe in. Now lower down the knees, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And now we'll inhale to ground both hands in that left knee and point that right toe to the sky, dropping the hips, lifting the heart. Then exhale, bring that chin or the knee to the chest, chin to chest. Then inhale, point the toe to the sky, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. Exhale, chin to chest. Again, toe to sky, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. Let's pause here. If you want, bring that left hand forward. Inhale. Exhale, plant that left hand to the ground. Send that right leg long, straightening that leg. You can either keep that leg long and straight. You can lower the knee down if you want. Let's bend our elbows. Lower the nose to the earth. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And exhale to press up. That leg can stay back, or maybe it's on the floor. We'll do that again. Knee can ground or extend, bending the elbows, lowering that nose down, and we'll press it up. And then one more time, bend those elbows. The leg can be long or it can be lowered with the knee, nose to the ground. And exhale to press it up. And then wherever you're at, let's find our downward facing dog. Sit bones to sky. Inhale and exhale. Letting go. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's inhale to send our chest over the mat, shoulders over the wrist, walking hands forward if you need to. We're going to come into our side plank. Maybe you lower that right knee down, and then you bring the right hand to the floor, the left arm to sky. That right knee can kickstand, that left arm reaching for sky, and the left leg long. You can have both legs long if you want. And breathe. In and out. And 2 and 1. Now lower that left hand to the earth. Bring knees to the ground. Let's sit back in child's pose. Thinking of extending through the spine by extending the legs long. Or the arms long in front of the body. Or maybe a puppy pose with those sits bones over the hips. Bala means strength. This is our strength posture. Utktasana is our power posture. Drawing in our inner strength and our inner power. One more breath in. Exhale up to our table. Finding this tabletop. You can sway the hips side to side. You had a big tail and you were sweeping the tail one side to another. And then bring yourself to stillness. And then as you're ready, guys, inhale to send that left leg back. Then point the toe to the sky and drop the belly, lift the heart. Then exhale that knee to chest on the left side. Inhale, drop the belly, point that toe to the sky. And exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, toe to sky, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, knee to chest. And now inhale to send that left leg back. Breathing in, out. And then as you're ready, you can keep that left leg back or you can lower the knee down. We're going to bend the elbows, bring that nose to the earth, whether the knees are bent and both on the floor, that left leg is long. And then we'll press it up. Give special awareness to your core, maybe that right side of the body. Keep that left leg balanced or the knee down and lower. Once again, bending the elbows. And we'll press it up. And now bend those elbows, lowering that nose to the earth. Steadily pressing up. And then bring that left knee to the ground if it's not there already. Coming into side plank, let's bring the right leg long. The left knee can ground and the right arm can to sky. Or that left leg can also be long. Vashisthasana. Good, guys. Exhale to bring that right hand to the earth. Let's lower both knees down and exhale back to our strength posture, Balasana. Letting the breath go. Inhale. Good, guys. Exhale, look at the hands. And now let's inhale to rock forward into our table. But walk those knees back, 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 back. Then the elbows, let's lower down the front of the body to the earth. You can keep the elbows kind of on the side. Give yourself support with those elbows. You're just gonna bend those knees and bend those, or bring those heels towards the glutes. Lower down the low ribs. Arms can be just in front of the body. We'll lift the right thigh off the ground, and that right hip kind of reach the floor. And then lower down that right leg. Bring that left thigh off the ground. And then lower down that left thigh. Let's do that once more. Lift the right thigh off the ground. And then lower that right thigh. Our legs are bent. The left thigh comes off the ground, heel towards the left foot to the ceiling, and lower down. Now pause here. Maybe bring hands towards the shoulders and lift both knees and both thighs off the ground together. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. If that feels like too much in the low back, just lower down the thighs. Now let's lower down both thighs, send the legs long. And let's press up and back to child's pose, lengthening that spine in our child. Exhale. Let's inhale, look up at the hands and walk both hands over to the right side of the mat, maybe off the mat to the floor. Ground the hands, sink that chest over the knees, that right knee. Inhale, look at the hands, walk the hands through the middle, over to the left. The heart over that left thigh. Breathe in and out. Let's inhale to look up at those hands. Exhale to walk into the middle. Let's inhale to rise into our table. And then we'll come into our rabbit pose. So remember that crown of the head is where we make contact with the earth. You can walk those hands kind of towards the knees so you can bring that chin towards the chest. Bring the crown of the head to the floor. And the weight is on the knees. There's maybe a little bit of weight on the head, but not a lot. The gaze can be at the knees. The hands can be on the side. Not quite the head, maybe towards the head. Breathe in and out. And in. Let's exhale to lift the crown of the head off the earth. Hands on the floor, slowly rising up into a high kneel. One vertebra at a time. Shoulders come over the hips. Exhale. Good, guys. Let's send arms overhead. Let's ground that right knee and send that left leg out to the side. Setting up for our gait pose. Yes. With control, let's bring that right hand over to the side, kind of towards the floor. Maybe ground that hand to a block or to the earth. And we'll bring that left arm to sky. Let's exhale to bring that left foot off the ground. It can be a little or a lot. And lower that left foot to the ground. Bring that left arm over the crown of the head. And pause. Now let's inhale to bring that left arm to sky. Then bring that left hand down, that left leg and right arm up and over that right. Over towards the left, excuse me. Expanding through the rib cage here. Now inhale, arms come over the shoulders. Yes. Then we're going to bring a little mobility into the hips. So with the arms extended overhead, exhale to bring them down, kind of like a tabletop setup. So the hands are under the wrist, and just sit that right sit bone down onto the heel, and then just come up. That left leg is long, bringing the hip over the knee, and then bringing that sit bone towards the right heel. The left leg is out. One more time. Hip over the knee, and then sits bone over that right heel. Let's inhale up to the table arms. The left leg is out. Then bring the left arm up towards the sky. Yeah, and then thread that needle underneath the heart. Back that left hand towards the earth. The forehead can be on the inside of that right hand, or maybe you turn towards the cheek on the left side and look at that left hand. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale to bring that left arm up towards the sky, opening up the chest here. Yeah, good, guys. And bring that left hand back towards the earth. Walk the hands forward, coming into our puppy pose variation with that left leg out to the side, arms in front of the body. And ground. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's look up at the hands. Exhale, walking those hands underneath the shoulders for table. Inhale, draw that left knee in onto the earth, side by side, those knees. Curl the toes under, walk the hands towards the knees, kind of sit back on the heels, lifting the knees. So now we're in a little ball, and let's rise up to chair pose on the balls of the feet. You can ground the heels into Utktasana. Breathing in and out. Let's inhale to rise. Exhale, bring hands to the side body. Yeah. Grounding the feet. And from here, let's bring hands to the hips. If you want, bring that left hand to a wall. Let's bring that right knee in front of the hip. Just like we did if we were on the floor, we'd be in a tabletop with that knee position in front of the hip. Let's draw that right heel towards the right glute. Maybe find that right foot and just kick that right foot into the right hand. And you can bring that left arm in front of the body if you want. Slowly, with control, bring that right knee under the hip, release the hand from that right foot with control, ground the right foot, bring the right arm in front of the body for balance. Exhale, sit down, move to Utktasana. Lengthening through the spine. Inhale. Let's exhale to fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, step it back to plank pose. And when you get to your plank, exhale to lower down the knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And then we'll send that right leg out to the side. Breathe in. Exhale to walk those hands towards the knee. We'll inhale to rise up, setting up for that gait pose on the other side. Okay. And then with control, exhale to bring that left hand towards the ground, the right arm to the sky. Option here, if you want to hover that right foot on the ground, or lift it, flexing the foot towards the feet. That foot is lifted, lower to the ground. Inhale to bring the shoulders over the hips, rising into our gait. Good, guys. Exhale, bring that right hand towards that extended leg, left arm overhead, side body stretch. And then inhale, wrists over elbows, elbows over shoulders. Fold it forward. Exhale, hands come to the ground. You can be in your tabletop setup, and then we'll bring the right arm to sky. And then thread that right arm underneath the chest. Bringing that left arm as far forward as you want. You can gaze over at the left or the right hand, or bring the forehead parallel to the floor. Another breath in. Now exhale to bring that right hand underneath the shoulder. Walk that left hand underneath the left shoulder. Bring that right knee in. So now we're in our table. And from this table, you can either lift up to downward facing dog and come to mountain pose, or curl the toes under. From your mountain pose, come to your chair pose, or walk the hands towards the knees, coming on the balls of the feet, and rise up to chair like a little seedling. Bending the knees, lengthening the spine, heels can ground or they can lift. My body is no burden, it is light as air. Let's rise up to stand. Exhale to bring hands to the side body. Ground the right foot. Inhale, bring that left knee in front of the hip. And then we'll point that toe back, bring that heel towards the bum, bring the left hand towards that foot, or just bring the heel towards the glute. You don't have to grab it. Hand can be at the right hand on the wall. If you want, you can extend it forward if that helps with balance. A variation of our King Dancer pose. Just thinking of this balance and this motion in the standing position versus on our table. Now let's exhale to bring that right hand to the hip as we bring that left knee to meet the right knee and the left foot to the floor. Exhale to ground. Let's inhale, draw arms overhead. Exhale to fold it forward, Utktasana. Now bend those knees, rise up once again. And then wherever you're at on the mat, let's step our feet wide so our feet face the long edges of the mat. Yeah, guys, nice. Now from here, extend the arms long, or Utktasana, breathe in. And then with control, exhale to bend that right knee, kind of sink the sits bone over toward the right for a variation of Skandasana, our side lunge. Now exhale through the middle and drop that left sits bone down into a side lunge on the left. And then over to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the middle. Yeah. Now point that right foot towards the narrow edge. Let's bend that knee. Come into Virabhadrasana 2 for a few breaths. Maybe glancing past the right hand. Now keep that right knee bent. Bring that left hand towards the left leg. Reach the right arm up. Send the right hand over the head. Viparita Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend the arms, coming to your Virabhadrasana 2, yes. Exhale, straighten that leg, bring hands overhead, pivot that right foot towards the long edge. Exhale, bring hands in front of the heart, pivot that left foot towards the narrow edge, bend that left knee, and then extend through the fingertips across the chest. Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, send the right hand to that right leg, left arm up and overhead. Viparita Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, back to Virabhadrasana 2. Bring hands to the hips. And then wherever you're at your mat, just straighten whichever leg and step forward to the front of your mat, meeting in mountain pose. At the front of your mat. Wiggle out the knees, wiggle out the thighs. Let's inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Utktasana. Inhale, step both feet back. From our plank pose, lower down the knees, tops of the feet, the chest and the chin. And then inhale to baby cobra. And then let's exhale back to child's pose. Let's inhale, shifting up to our table. And then from here, you can inhale and bring that right knee towards the right wrist for our pigeon on the front of the body. If you don't want to find pigeon on the front, then just come onto your back gently and mindfully and come into a figure four with that right ankle on that left thigh. So whether you're on the front of the body or on the back of the body, see about dropping in here, maybe noticing the heart. Maybe going through your 5 senses. Grounding into your body. If you're on your back, slowly unlace the fingers from the shin, lower the left foot to the ground, bring the right foot to the earth. If you're on the front of your body, slowly press up, lifting the chest and the heart, bringing the hands to the earth. Press up just enough to bring that knee off the ground, and maybe you exhale back to downward facing dog. And pause. Let's lower down to table. Maybe sit back to child's pose. Inhale up to table. Bringing that left knee towards the left wrist from table for pigeon on the front of the body. You're on your back body, bring that left ankle on that right thigh. Three, and 2, and 1. Gently lifting the chest, lowering, or pressing the hands into the floor. Maybe you send it back to a downward facing dog. And then guys, from here, let's lower down the knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and let's sit down into a wide-legged seated forward fold. So finding your sits bones on the floor, bringing those legs out wide again, feet apart. And then as you're ready, you can bring arms overhead, or you can just walk those hands in front between the feet, letting that heart hover over the earth. Let's relax the legs, adjust the sits bones. You can bring hands to blocks. This forward fold, pacifying the nervous system. Guys, our next shape is Shavasana, so you can gently unwind out of this forward fold at any time. Coming into your final resting pose. My body is no burden, it is light as air. Maybe open and close the hands a couple times. Point the feet, spread the toes apart. My body is no burden, it is light as air. As you go throughout your day, perhaps celebrating the micro movements, those subtle movements, or gross movements, those bigger movements. Celebrate the sensory perception. Perhaps your ability to use language, to communicate, to think. Celebrating your body. Let's close together, guys. Breathing in, out. Inhale to close. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste. Let's see if there's any. Two.